Hey there, everybody. Every once in a while, I've heard the question asked, if you could talk to your younger self, what would you say? Sometimes they say if you want to just say 4 words or you can say whatever you want. What would you say? A lot of people do the thing where the first thing they say is, I'd give myself the lottery numbers or something like that and tell myself to buy some stock. I always go through those answers. Then after a while, I start to really think about what I would actually say. And I kind of transformed the question because I think about what I would say to myself, but then I kind of think, what would I actually say to someone who was like me? And the reality is that there are a lot of people that are now where I was then, which is to say they are 12 and 13 and 14 and 15 and they're nerdy, they're geeky. They love these things and unfortunately, they're alone in that. You know, we have the internet nowadays and they can connect to other people very easily, but making the attempt to connect is actually very difficult for some people. So what I would say to those people is just keep being who you are and your friends are out there waiting for you. You know, unfortunately, we all go through a situation where we worry about not having people around us, and many people will often try to start to change who they are. They will adjust it so that they can attract more people. You know, if they're really geeky, they won't be geeky outright, and they'll try and hide that side of themselves, and it is exactly that, a side of themselves. And what happens is they stray away from who they are, and they spend so much time trying to be someone that they're not, that person that they are gets lost. I can't speak to my younger self, but I can speak to the young me's out there, if that makes sense. And I can tell you to continue being who you are. If you like nerdy things, if you like video games and sci-fi and comic books and TV shows, like it. You know, don't worry about not showing who you are. Unfortunately, there are going to be times where you feel very alone and isolated. That is a reality, but here's the thing. That's a reality for a lot of different people. You know, there are a lot of people who feel alone in the things that they like, and because of that, they hide those things. I don't really want you to hide those things. Nobody's saying go dress up as your favorite character and run outside in the middle of the day because that's what you like. I mean, if it's what you like, you go for it. But all I'm saying is when you're out in public and you are excited because you see that a new game is out, don't worry about being excited in front of other people. Be happy that that new game is out. If you're excited because a movie came out and you really want to go see the movie, don't not go see the movie because people are going to think that you're weird if you see it. Go see that movie. Go enjoy yourself. Be who you want to be. And that's one of the reasons I really love the convention scene, because the convention scene is full of people who are you. They're there to love the things that you love. You know, for whatever convention it is, if it's a video game convention or if it's something like a large scale convention where there's something for everybody there. I love the large scale conventions for just exactly that reason, that there is a little something for everybody. So you go there, and when you go there, here's the thing. You don't have to interact with anybody. Just go. Just be around your people. Be around people who love all of that stuff, and you'd be surprised that even that brings your spirits up and makes a difference as far as how you feel about yourself and the things that you like. And the funny thing is, what'll happen is when you're there long enough, you'll hear someone having a conversation. And if you're like me, when you go to parties and you hear people having conversations, that's pretty much all you do is you hear them having a conversation. It seems awkward to inject yourself into a conversation. I'm always kind of in awe of people who can just insert themselves into someone's discussion and it's as simple as that. Me, I have a lot of trouble doing that. Except for when I'm at a convention and I'm there and it's just easy to be a part of it. And when you hear somebody having a conversation like that, when they're talking about, your Star Wars or Doctor Who or the newest games that came out or anything like that, you don't have to insert yourself into the conversation. Just listen. Just listen to these people who have as much passion for the things that you like as you do. And I promise you, at some point, what's going to happen is you're going to be standing in a line and you're going to hear the person behind you. They're going to make a comment about something that you like, and you're going to like it, and you're going to chuckle. And I like to chuckle and then turn around just so that they sort of see that I was listening and I laughed. And believe it or not, that actually many, many times has gotten me to a point where I'm now part of the conversation. Again, if you're not comfortable with that, don't do that. If you don't want to have a conversation with people, no one's going to fault you for wanting to just be in that environment. But I promise you, at some point when you're very, very comfortable, you're going to want to do it. I'm a big time introvert, and I'm sure you've heard it before, the big difference between introverts and extroverts is that we gain our energy different and we spend our energy differently. And introverts have no problem being social. A lot of people think that they are very antisocial. We have no problem being social. It's a matter of when we can justify the expenditure of energy, when we feel like it's worth it to put ourselves out there. And I can tell you right now that interacting with people who love what you love, that is definitely worth it. So to anyone out there who's young and geeky, and you know what, even the older geeky people, even I've met people who were 20s and 30s, my age and even older, who they don't like to talk about that stuff out in public because they feel like they're going to get branded as a loser for the lack of a better term, lack of a nicer, kinder term. They feel like they're going to get branded a loser. I would say to all of you, just be who you want to be. You don't have to be abrasive about it. You don't have to be mean about it or use it to attack anybody else. You're not better or worse than anybody else. Just love what you love. Be who you are. And one day you'll find the people who you belong with, who make you feel like you belong, and make you feel like you are an important person. Because you know what? You are. And I know that that's a little cheesy and hokey, but believe me, it's a great big world out there with a lot of fun stories to read, games to play, movies to see, things to do, people to interact with. Trust me, just get out there and be one of those people. If you want people who are worth interacting with, be the person who is worth interacting with. And maybe you won't have to go out there and find some kind of companionship, whether you're looking for a friendship or whether you're looking for a relationship. Instead of going out there and trying to find the people that fit you, be the person that fits. And eventually, you'll be happy. And if you're happy on your own, loving these things, just be happy on your own, loving these things. No one's going to want to be around you if you don't want to be around you. And if you look in the mirror and you look at all your stuff and you think, this is such a waste. Why would anybody else want to put their time into that? Being a geek is probably one of the best things about my life. I love my wife. I love my house and my van and my pets, and I love everything that I have. But I think it's like it should be. I think it's the geeky part of myself that I love more than anything, because it's mine. Because after all these years, I raised it, I bred it, I nurtured it, and now I'm a proud geek, and I hope that I can spread the message to people that that's okay. You are a valid person for liking these things, even if society on some level is going to try and make you feel like you're not. You're justified in loving what you love and being who you are. So again, to all the young me's out there, or the old me's who are exactly what the young me was, be whoever you are, be proud of it, and trust me, your life is going to get a lot better.